Hey guys, once again welcome back. So today we're working on the rock cuts for a cut that the tracks go through on the peninsula. And I just thought I'd go ahead and share with you guys how we're going to go ahead and build these. And so let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so what we have here is our basic form and molds. So as you can see here, we took a piece of plywood that's cut in the radius of our track. After that, we went ahead and glued on screwed on another piece of plywood to the outside of that, and that serves as the base for our rock. After that, we went ahead and cut out cardboard, and we went ahead and took that downstairs and measured it and shaped it exactly how we want it for the area. And then we went ahead and taped that cardboard onto the plywood, so now we have a nice mold and general idea of how we want the rock to look. Alright, so next, we're going to go ahead and add some tin foil. We're using heavy duty tin foil for this, and so we're just going to go ahead and lay it on top and crumple it up. And we're going to kind of work it until we're happy with the texture and shape of the bottom of the mold. And so what we're doing here is, as you can see, we're crimpling it up, and this will kind of give the rock the texture that we're looking for, and you can either make it really fine, and that'll give you kind of a fine cut rock, or if you leave the ripples pretty big, it'll give you some nice big boulders and big rocks sticking out. So once we've done that, we're going to go ahead and lay it out, and we'll work this just a little more, and we'll be back in a second. Alright, so once we have the basic effects of the tinfoil here, what we're doing is making a ridge. As you can see, it's about 1 inch high, and what that's going to do is once we pour in our material, it's going to kind of keep it in place so it doesn't run all over, and it'll also create the thickness that we want for a rock. Alright, so working our way around the edges, as you can see here, we have the lip that I just talked about, and as we're forming this, we're taping the sides of it down, and that's basically going to hold everything in place. And as we, before we tape it down, as you can see, he's sticking his finger under there and kind of pushing up on it to create the effects of some rocks sticking out and whatnot. And a lot of this you'll be able to see once we pull it out of the mold. So anyways, he's just kind of working it right now. As you can see, it goes up and down, and whatnot. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and continue working this and make that lip all the way around to the bottom here, and then we're also going to tape it all the way around. And once that's done, we're going to go and be ready for the material we're going to go and pour in there, which I will show you guys in just a second. Alright, so here's the completed mold. As you can see, we've taped all the way around it, and you just want to make sure that the bottom is smooth. This part is also smooth here because it's going to be joining up with another piece. And then along the top of the mold, as you can see, it's kind of wavy and straight, and that'll represent the rock on the top. Alright, so the next thing we're doing now is making up our mixture of the material that we're going to use to pour the mold. And what we use is Ultra Cal 30. We use this because it's stronger than Hydrocal, and that way if you nick it or bump it, it won't chip and break off. So this is a lot stronger. As you can see here, we're mixing 4 cups of the Ultra Cal 30 to 1.5 cups of water. And you do want to wear gloves if you use this stuff because it can be hazardous to your skin. So it's just a pretty good idea to go and be careful with it. And you can usually find the Ultra Cal 30 at specialized clay art and craft stores. We purchased this from a store in Asheville that specializes in clay and similar materials like that. And I guess if you wanted to, you could go ahead and mix in color to this. We went ahead and chose not to because we don't want to mess with the consistency, or we've heard that it can do some things to the material when it dries and such, so we're just going to go ahead and paint it afterwards. Alright, so we went ahead and mixed it for a good 2 minutes to make sure it's consistent. There's no chunks left. And what we're doing now is just pouring it in there with a spoon. This will help it to be a little more accurate. And what we're doing is starting in the middle, and we're just going to let it run down the sides. But as you can see, this is a little thicker. This is about how you want it, so it doesn't run to the sides and pool there. This consistency is just about perfect. And you have about 5, maybe 10 minutes of time to work with this before it starts to get too hard. So once you mix it, you do want to work pretty fast with it, or else it'll start to dry on you and gets really hard to work with. So we're going to go and fill it up all the way to the edges here, and we'll go and share with you guys how it looks in a minute. Alright, so while the other one is being made up there, as you can see, there's the mold we were just talking about. Here's the other one we made previously. It's the second part to that rock mold. And as you can see, this is how it looks when we're done. What you got to do after you pull it out of the mold is remove all the tinfoil, which can be kind of a pain. So you just use tweezers, and as you can see, it should come off. You just got to work it off real slowly and pull off little chunks like that at a time, or sometimes a lot will come off at one time. Anyways, guys, go ahead and be on the lookout for these rocks in the next layout update, and we'll be back in a little while. Thanks for watching, guys.